Hey everyone, I'm Rob Flattery from the Rocky Mountain College of Art and Design, also known as RMCAD. Today we're going to talk about how to use Photoshop to remove objects in your photos like this. This fun tutorial is being made on our Wondering Pixel. This workshop on wheels is dedicated to inspiring young creatives through art and design by scheduling visits to schools and events. In this series of online workshops, the Pixel shows artists just like you the fun, simple way of creating compelling content. So come on in. Have you ever taken a photo and then when you got home to look at it, you noticed that there's someone or something in there that just really messes it up? Check this out. Our chair of graphic design and photography, Jim Ryman, is going to show you some tips on how to take care of that and make your photos super sweet.
Thanks, Rob. So today I'm going to show you how to remove unwanted elements from your photos. So I'm in Lightroom at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Command E. If you're on a Windows computer, you're going to want to hit Control E, and that is the shortcut to send the file over to Photoshop. Now I've actually already sent a file over, so let me jump over here, and here it is. There's our file straight out of Lightroom into Photoshop. I'm going to hit F for full screen, because I like to work in full screen mode. And what I want to do is I want to remove these little branches right here. There's a lot of different ways I can do this. This is a pretty small edit, so I'll show you a quick shortcut here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to Edit, and I'm going to say Fill, and I'm going to adjust this, and you can see Contents, Content Aware. I'm going to hit OK. And all of a sudden those branches are just going to go away. And now I no longer have to worry about those branches there. I'm going to jump over to another file. So I'm going to hit F a couple of times to toggle through my full screen. So you'll see the next one is going to make all of the images go, or all of the tools go away. So I can just look at my finished image. I think that looks pretty good. So then I'll jump back to my tabbed mode, and then I will go to this image here. So I'm going to hit F and jump into full screen. And again, what I'm going to do is just try this out here. You'll see I'm going to do kind of a loose lasso. Shortcut for lasso is L, and make sure that you're on your freehand lasso. However, you could use the polygonal as well. I'm going to go up here to Edit. I'm going to say Fill, and I'm going to Content Aware, and let's just see how well it removes that fire hydrant. There it goes. It's thinking about it. All right, it didn't work perfectly, but it did get rid of most of it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab this chunk right here, and I'm going to try that one more time. I'm going to go Edit and Fill and go Content Aware, and let's see if that does a little bit better job. There we go. So now that fire hydrant is gone. A lot of times you will see some traces of how the artificial intelligence decides where to remove stuff. So it's a good idea to just take a look and see if there's any strange bits like this right here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to my patch tool. And the patch tool is located underneath my healing brush. I'm going to click and hold. There's my patch tool. And the patch tool, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's kind of a combination of a lasso tool and a healing tool. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this bit right here, and I'm just going to drag it to an area that's maybe more appropriate. And that's looking a little bit better. There's like some weird soft stuff happening right in through here. I'll just kind of move some of this around, and let's see, let's grab this right here. Let's go ahead and move that. Maybe there's a little bit more. And basically what you can do is you can go through and get those areas that maybe the Content Aware didn't do the best job at. So I'm just kind of moving different elements around until I get something that looks maybe a little bit more natural. Just be careful not to, sorry, I just made a mess. Just be careful not to repeat the same area too many times. It's kind of like cloning, but a little bit different. Cloning, so if I grab my clone tool, the stamp, the clone tool transfers color and texture. A healing tool transfers only texture. So maybe I want to bring in some of this area and grab a large brush and just lightly tap in some of this. And the clone does okay until you get to the edge of the image. So I'm going to resample holding my Option key. And I had a little spot right there where you can kind of see the edge of the frame. And I'm just gonna work around until this looks less distracting. Let's see what it looks like when we zoom out there. You'd never know that fire hydrant was ever there to begin with. All right, so let's say that I think this is a pretty good, no one's gonna notice that that fire hydrant was ever there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit Command S, and the reason for that is because I was editing this file in Photoshop and it had originally come from Lightroom. What's cool about that is if I jump back to Lightroom after saving, the new version of the file is here. So I have my original file with the fire hydrant in place, and here I have my new Photoshop file saved from Photoshop into Lightroom. And now if I wanted to, I could do whatever adjustments in here and polish it up and export it out. So we'll go ahead and export this, and we'll keep this in my edits folder. And actually, let's change the name. So let's edit our file naming to Water Tower. Done. And I'll go ahead and export it out, starting with number 1 in case I do another water tower image. Export. And there we have it.
We have the project file on hand for you to download right now. Check out the link on our website or in the YouTube description to rewatch and follow along. Thanks for watching.